You wake up, look in the mirror, and your belly is still there. You cut carbs, exercised, drank green tea, tried everything, and the fat in the middle of your body won't go away. It doesn't shrink. It feels like it's stuck there. This isn't a lack of willpower. It's not a lack of discipline. It's just that nobody explained the real mechanism behind visceral fat, that layer around the organs that doesn't respond to the same strategies as regular fat. And the worst culprit isn't weekend pizza. It's cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. When its levels rise chronically, your body goes into survival mode. It starts storing energy precisely in the abdominal region, because that's where the vital organs are located. The more stress, the more visceral fat. It's a biological trap, and most diets completely ignore this. In this video, you'll discover 5 specific strategies to reduce visceral fat by attacking cortisol at its root. The last one is the simplest to apply and probably the most ignored by those trying to lose weight. First trick, the deep sleep protocol as a nighttime cortisol suppressant. The problem here is that you may be getting enough sleep, but not quality sleep. Fragmented or superficial sleep keeps cortisol levels elevated during the early morning hours, the time when the body should be repairing tissues and burning fat. Science explains it this way. During deep sleep, called slow-wave sleep, the body releases growth hormone, which is directly responsible for breaking down visceral fat. When cortisol interferes with this cycle, GH levels drop. Without GH, there is no fat burning. Do this. 90 minutes before bed, turn off screens, keep your room between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius, 64 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and eat a small amount of complex carbohydrates, such as oatmeal or sweet potatoes. A light carbohydrate at night increases serotonin and facilitates the transition to deep sleep. Try this for 7 days and observe the difference in your morning energy levels. Sleep is not rest. It's the most powerful fat-burning window you have. Second trick, vagal breathing. That turns off stress mode in less than 4 minutes. You probably breathe in short, rapid breaths for much of the day without realizing it. This pattern activates the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response, which in turn releases cortisol continuously. The vagus nerve is the biological brake on stress. When you stimulate it through slow diaphragmatic breathing, the parasympathetic system takes over and cortisol levels drop within minutes. Research shows that just 4 minutes of controlled breathing reduces measurable stress markers in the blood. Practical instruction. Inhale, counting to 4, hold for 4, exhale counting to 8. The longer exhalation is what activates the vagus nerve. Do this twice a day, upon waking and before bed. This is not meditation. It is direct physiological regulation. 4 minutes, 2 moments. Real hormonal result. Third trick, the cortisol fast. Eating at a time when the hormone is already dropping. Most people eat when their cortisol levels are at their peak. Cortisol naturally rises in the morning, between 6 and 8 a.m., to provide energy upon waking. If you eat a heavy meal during this window, the body combines the hormonal peak with digestion and amplifies the stress response. The strategy is simple. First thing in the morning, drink black coffee, water, or unsweetened tea. Wait for cortisol levels to start dropping around 10 o'clock, and then have your first solid meal. This is an intermittent fasting for calories. It's hormonal synchronization. The body absorbs nutrients in a state of lower inflammation and greater insulin sensitivity. It starts gradually. For the first 3 days, just delay the first meal by 30 minutes. Gradually increase the eating window. Timing is everything when it comes to hormones. Here's an important pause. If you've made it this far, you already understand that truly losing weight goes far beyond diet and exercise. It involves psychology, neuroscience, and understanding how your body really works. The White Protocol exists precisely for this reason. It's a complete training program for those who want to build a healthier life with real results. Not with empty motivation, but with strategies based on behavioral psychology and applied neuroscience. Inside, you learn from beginner to advanced levels how to develop a real body with simple and effective methods, and how to apply the same thinking to all areas of your life. This isn't for everyone. It's for those who are truly focused on evolving and want to build something meaningful. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment, but now let's continue. Fourth trick, the anti-cortisol movement. Why long workouts might be sabotaging. Your intense exercise lasting more than 60 minutes significantly triggers cortisol levels. If you're already stressed, adding an exhausting workout won't burn visceral fat. It will fuel the cortisol cycle. Skeletal muscle acts as a cortisol sink when activated moderately. This means that short strength training sessions between 20 and 40 minutes, combined with light post-meal walks, create the ideal hormonal environment for visceral fat burning without increasing stress. Here's what you should do. 2 or 3 strength training sessions per week without going to total muscle failure. Add 10 to 15 minutes of walking after lunch. This post-meal movement reduces the insulin spike and directly activates abdominal fat burning. Less intensity, more hormonal intelligence. Fifth trick, the simplest and most ignored, magnesium as a daily system reset for stress. Most people are deficient in magnesium without knowing it. And this matters because magnesium is the cofactor that regulates the HPA axis, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal system, which controls cortisol production. Without enough magnesium, this axis becomes dysregulated, and cortisol levels rise for no apparent reason. There's no need to buy expensive supplements. Pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, and dark chocolate with more than 80% cocoa are affordable sources. If you do supplement, magnesium glycinate is the form with the best absorption and least laxative effect. Take it at night. Magnesium improves deep sleep, reduces baseline anxiety, and over time, stabilizes cortisol production throughout the day. It's the simplest change, with one of the biggest hormonal impacts. One mineral, one dose, a calmer stress system. You now have 5 strategies at your disposal. Each one attacks cortisol from a different angle. Sleep, breathing, meal timing, movement, and nutrition. You don't need to apply them all at once. Start with one. Which of the 5 will you try first? Write in the comments. I want to know which one makes the most sense for your routine. And if you want to understand how each choice you make throughout the day affects your body and mind in a more profound way, the video that's playing on the screen now will take you to the next step.